What's up, guys? It's time to wrestle with Suplexus. I'm Suplexus, and today I am gonna make a different type of video. This is most likely gonna be a one-time video. I'm calling it Who's the One. So in this video, I'm gonna go through the 13 people that you see on my screen, not including Roman in the back, but Roman's in the back because I will be deciphering the way that each person would beat him for the title. So let's start with chapter 1, Ricochet. Now, Ricochet, he's a dark horse in this. So this is how I'd do it. At right now, he's on SmackDown. He just won the World Cup. He will beat Gunther for the IC title. Yes, you heard me right. He will beat Gunther. So he will hold the title until SummerSlam. But at SummerSlam, Solo Sikoa is gonna dethrone him and win the title for the Bloodline. He will be the Intercontinental Champ with the help of the Usos and Roman Reigns. He wins the title. So then Ricochet has an underdog story. He overcomes all the odds. Maybe he even wins the tag titles with like Rey Mysterio. That'd be a cool team, unless he's retired or if he's with Dom. But anyways, he'll win the 2024 Royal Rumble, blast his ticket to WrestleMania, and take the titles off Roman. Now, is this likely? Not really. But could I see it? Yes, because any underdog story is good. And this one would be good. Ricochet is getting a lot better on the mic. He's amazing in the ring. This would work for me. Next, we got Bray Wyatt. Now, Bray Wyatt's an interesting one because Roman Reigns beat Bray Wyatt for the Universal title, but he pinned Strowman in that triple threat, which is why Strowman isn't on the podium of champions. So, I'm calling this the podium of champions, aside from Jey Uso. We'll get to him later. But anyways, for Bray Wyatt, I would have I would have him like beat LA Knight and then win another feud at WrestleMania. But then after WrestleMania, he starts tormenting Roman Reigns, haunts him with the anyone but you Roman thing. Members of his group disappear suddenly. They get assaulted during the months. And it's all Bray Wyatt, Uncle Howdy, the Wyatt Six, a split personality, that type of shit. And Bray Wyatt will win the title at SummerSlam, which is 3 years after Roman speared him at SummerSlam 2020. That's how I'd do it. Alright, next, Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre's had a rough time. He he got screwed out of the title at Clash at the Castle. He got screwed out of the title twice last year, the WWE title by Bobby Lashley and The Miz, so 3 times. He wasn't pinned in the Backlash 6-man tag match, and he was runner-up in the Royal Rumble. He hasn't had it good, so I would do this slow. You have Drew beat Gunther at WrestleMania for the IC title. He holds that for a while. Again, I'd do the Solo Sikoa element of him winning the title. He gets screwed out of another opportunity. Right when he thinks he's safe, he loses it. And then he gets sympathy from the fans. And then you build to Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre, the final chapter, WrestleMania 40. Drew McIntyre beats Roman. Drew and Roman are kind of like the Batista and not necessarily Edge, but Drew's gotten screwed out of the title by Roman, so kind of heel Edge face Batista dynamic, where Drew, as he is Batista, he never gets the opportunity. Maybe Roman's more like John Cena, because Cena had the famous year-long title reign from 2006 to 2007, But anyways, yeah, that's what I do with Drew. Alright, Kevin Owens is next. Kevin Owens is a very interesting one, as he's gunning for Roman's title, and oddly enough, I'd have this happen sooner than later. So, right now, the cards are looking like it's gonna be Kevin versus Roman at the Royal Rumble. All the bloodline gets involved. I'd have this be like Hell in a Cell match in general. Whether it's for the title or not, I think Hell in a Cell. Blow off the feud. So, Bloodline's getting involved. Kevin's trying to fight them all off. And then Roman hits him with the spear. 1, 2. Nope. The Rock's music plays. The Rock gives Kevin the moment he needs of recovery. He hits the stunner. 1, 2, 3. He is the undisputed champion. Do I think they should do this? I don't think so. Because The Rock seems like the right person. However, if WWE like, they could extend this after WrestleMania, do this at Backlash, do this at SummerSlam. Any other pay-per-view works for me. Okay, Sami Zayn is next. So Sami Zayn, he is in the bloodline right now. We'll get to someone else who's in the bloodline, but he is there right now. So this is a very interesting story. I would have Sami Zayn. He makes the turn in Montreal, his hometown, at Elimination Chamber. He finally declares we're on the bloodline with Kevin Owens. They'll win the tag titles, and Sami Zayn, after this, they have a lengthy tag run. Say they lose it in October, back to the Usos perhaps, or to a different heel tag team. And then the Sami Zayn solo push begins truly. And Sami Zayn wins the Rumble, beats Roman at 40. Common theme you might be noticing, Roman gets beaten at WrestleMania 40. Because I'm hyped for that show. And I'm definitely not going to the LA one next year. But there's like 1% chance there's 40. So, yeah. Right. Uh, Seth Rollins is next. Oh god, this is amazing. That, like, aside from the man in the middle, Seth would be the best guy. Actually, there's quite a few other guys. I like Kevin Owens. I'd like Drew McIntyre especially Drew. I'd like Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Sami Zayn would be good, and many other people I'm gonna list off. But Seth Rollins, I would continue the teasing for this match. Have them walk by each other on SmackDown and Raw. Like, continue that shit. And then Seth Rollins. So, I would have The Rock win the Rumble. Rock loses to Roman. Seth beats Cody in the number one contender match. And then I'd have one pay-per-view in between. I'm gonna call it Backlash Night of Champions. Because I like Night of Champions when it's like mixed with a different one like Vengeance in '07. But anyways, Backlash Night of Champions. Seth Rollins will beat Roman Reigns. And I'd do it then because you build to a big SummerSlam match where the story is Roman's never beaten Seth. And then you have that rematch. Either person could win. But that's how I'd do it. So next, well, I think that should be the match anyways for post WrestleMania. Seth and Roman seems appropriate. But anyways, next, I skip the middle one, see that for the end. We're on to the 16-time champ. 16 time. You know where this story is going. Roth Royal Rumble. Who's number 30 gonna be? Who could it be? Who could it be? John Cena. He eliminates the bloodline. He stops that problem. He shoots his ticket to Mania. This could work for 39 or 40. Both are good. And like Roman's entrance, all this Samoan shit, all this tribal shit. Cena's entrance, get the fucking trumpets out, get the baritones out. Cena's music plays, he sprints down that ramp. Actually, he does a serious walk. He does like the prime Cena salute, staring at the opponent walking to the ring, John Cena walk. And then he goes in there, they put on a classic main event. Cena wins that world title. Alright, next, Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes, this is an easy one, kinda like Cena. Comes back. I'd have him come number one in this case. Number one, he wins the Royal Rumble. He accomplishes the 50-year-old dream of his father, Dusty Rhodes, 50 years ago. Lot, like, won a match by countout, so he didn't win the title. The 50-year prophecy comes true. Cody Rhodes wins it at WrestleMania 39. Alright, next The Rock. Very similar, except number 30. It's pretty much just like Cena. But the thing with The Rock, you know it's gonna be a one-off. So if he won it, he'd probably drop it like the Raw or the Backlash after, or something like that. But it'd be a good surprise. That's one thing it'd be. Good surprise. Also for Cody, if you want to do The Rock versus Roman at Mania, have Cody win Money in the Bank after their match or the Raw after. He cashes in, takes the WWE title. Because Roman, he should hold that Universal title for 1,000 days. They are so close, it'll probably never happen again. Just strike it while it's hot. But anyways, the next one, Austin Theory. This motherfucker, this man. Excuse my language. I apologize. This guy got he got screwed, man. He cashed in for the U.S. title and lost. What? And then, well, he won the U.S. title now, but still, like his rise to the top. I think you could tell an amazing story. I talked about this in my War Games review at the end. I think Theory's one of the top candidates to dethrone the champ. You have this kid. Vince pushed the shit out of him. He was like shot to the roof. Money in the Bank US title. Trips took over. He fell down, man. He failed to cash in on the US title. But now he's slowly getting back up there. Not because he's a quote unquote chosen one, but because he's actually earning it. He's putting in the work. He's putting in the hours. Like, I think this is a good story. You have him beat Cena next year in Hollywood. Sometime late 2023, he drops the US title to Cody Rhodes or someone like that. And then he wins the Royal Rumble 2024. Shoots his ticket to Mania. Beats Roman. That's how you create a star. Okay, next, Edge. Oh my god. Okay, this is how I do it. At WrestleMania 39, Roman Reigns defeats The Rock. Edge wins Money in the Bank at that same WrestleMania. So next we go to Backlash Night of Champions. Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns. It's a close match. Announce tables are broken. No interferences. Roman retains. But after the match, Seth isn't too happy about that, so he destroys him with a steel chair to the back and a curb stomp on that chair. Seth is leaving, but then slimy little Edge comes out. Edge cashes in the Money in the Bank, takes the WWE Championship or the Universal or both, and he holds that title. And I'd have that be somewhere in Canada that I could go. Okay, yeah. I want to see. By the way, off on tangent. If I could see any match, I'd want to see Roman fight Seth. That's my match that I'd want to see live. Anyways, that's how I'd have Edge win it, because then he would be the only man to cash in and win Money in the Bank 3 times, and he'd cash in on The Undertaker, John Cena, and Roman Reigns. Think about that. That's insane. That's like, what? Uh, anyways, Randy Orton is next. So Randy Orton, this is the thing. It's not likely for him to beat Roman, but it could happen. This is how I'd do it. We're at SummerSlam next year. It's live in Vegas or wherever they're going. Roman Reigns has retained his title against Cody and Seth in a triple threat match. He's celebrating RKO from out of nowhere, like boom. This guy comes back after WrestleMania Backlash when Roman injured him, or the SmackDown after Backlash tag team title match where Roman took him out of action and he's like legit injured. And then at Survivor Series, Mr. Survivor Series, Randy Orton takes our world title with a pancake to the skull. And he's champion. And he kisses the title because that's what Randy does. Okay, last, Jey Uso. Now, I've been pulling for this guy to beat Roman since Clash of Champions 2020. Like, right when Roman won, right when Jey won that Fatal 4, I was like, this guy's the one. I legit thought he was gonna win that Hell in a Cell match in October 2020. I can't kid you. Like, but anyways, I'd have this. He's been suspicious of Roman. He got abused by Roman physically, mentally, spiritually in that Hell in a Cell and Clash Champions match. When you take that much, like, go on, watch those 2 matches. When you take that much abuse, it sticks in someone's head when that shit happens. But anyways, like, that experience was traumatic for my dude, man. And like, he's been this right hand man. He's been doing the bidding. He's been fighting off all of his challengers. They brought his brother into it. He became a tag team guy instead of main eventer. He wanted to be a main eventer, but Roman forced his hand to win the tag titles. Sure, he's the longest reigning tag champ of all time with his brother, but who wants to be a tag champ? So I think this will start with Sami Zayn betraying the bloodline, and Jey will be like, I knew it. I dealt with it for your sake, but I knew he'd turn. Saw it coming from a mile away. And then after that, plant the seeds. You have Roman fight Sami. Roman wins at SummerSlam, see? And then Jey just stares at the title. He wins the Rumble, WrestleMania 40. This is my main event. I said the Seth thing would be cool, but that's one match. I'd want to see that match. The main event of WrestleMania 40 should, by all means, be Roman Reigns and Jey Uso. And was this video an excuse for me to talk about that match more? Maybe a little, but I want to go through all the options, because every video it seems like I'm saying this guy should be Roman, that guy should be Roman, this guy, your mom, your dad, my mom, my dad, my nunny should be Roman Reigns. Like, I just want to lay it all out. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Have a good night. This has been Suplexes. Goodbye.